is Earth. As far as we know, Earth is the only planet in the entirety of every existing plane in the universe that can support life. And I don't really believe that. I am a former believer, that there has to be something other than Earth having life. I mean, come on, just one little speck containing life in a giant pond? Yeah, I don't really believe that. I believe there has to be something out there, From it being little microbes and bacteria, to strange bug horse things that have a love for science, or strange creatures that have large brains, fat bellies, and have pancake ships, or even King Ape. I believe there has to be something out there. And I, for one, am a believer of King Ape is out there. But that's for you to decide. And we can use speculation to figure out what aliens might look like. As for our understanding, we don't know what they would look like, and we don't know what any aliens look like if they're out there. So all we can do is speculate. And what I'm going to do is speculative evolution, or biology. And I'm going to be doing a xenobiology, talking about the alien life and the biology and the whole history of the planet and its organisms. And this is the planet. This is GURA, a planet with strange continents and large lakes. It has 2 moons, Urgoa and Surgoa. Surgoa has a tiny brown rock orbiting it called Puthis. This planet orbits a K-type star, which emits more red and blue light than our star. And this planet is the planet we'll be talking about today. It has pretty strong tides and many islands and 2 large continents. It's a nightmare if you were to land on its land during the beginning of its creation, as it was bombarded with asteroids and had giant lava fields. It was a nightmare. But now most of the asteroids had liquid water, which flooded the planet. And yeah, most of the land's now underwater. However, there's still some big continents. And you might be thinking, ooh, there's alien life under there. There has to be. There's like little fish crab guys. But you would have to look deep down into the water. And I mean deep, near these, called hydronic vents, that produce things called chemical soup. They were created by the asteroids, and they're deep below the ocean. And you can find the beginning stages of life itself brewing and sucking up this chemical soup. Oh, so good. And that was Luca. Luca is basically very important. Not this Luca, the scientific Luca, or last universal common ancestor. And they were brewing up down here. Of course they were. And Luca, as our understandings, is the ancestor to all living things, animals, fungi, plants, algae, and other things. And this is Luca on GURA. This beautiful, tiny cell-like thing will be the ancestor of all the weird things that will come up on this planet. Let's talk about some of its ancestors, maybe. This is one of their first ancestors. This is Greobacterius, which basically means it's a gray bacteria. It's the first type of bacteria with flagella. It's kind of like the Luca, but it has more pronounced like features and feeds on the chemical soup. And there are dozens of these things all in the bottom of the sea. Quite the strange little first bacteria. Well, not really, it's just a bacteria. And another one is Animalcella, or animal cell. This is the first animal cell that developed. It has a nucleus and many organelles that make it function similar to what Earth animal cells function. They're in the water and also suck up nutrients in order to keep the cell functioning. Very strange. And of course, these guys might give rise to more multicellular life. We'll just have to see in the future. And this is a whole nother category from strange animals and stuff. This strange little bacteria thing has many hair-like flagella coating its body. This looks for decaying matter and cells. Once it finds a decaying cell or bacteria or whatever that's dead, it will go on top of it, attaching itself with these little hair-like filaments, and will become a blossoming, strange little thing that feeds on a decaying cell. There can be many of these on the cell or bacteria. These are basically the first instances of fungi. And then once the cell is done being fed on by these, they will emit more of the tiny bacteria guys, which then lead to a healthy, happy ecosystem to make sure nothing sickness spreads. And this is also in a whole nother category. This purple little bacterial cell thing is purple plantis. Purple plantis is purple plant cell. And it's definitely something you might want to be, appreciated. This purple little cell is the first plant. They are purple to suck up the red and blue light that's been emitted. So plants on this planet will be more purple, giving us this beautiful, beautiful family tree. But wait, there's something we're missing. This guy. This is a suckerlumper. A suckerlumper is a strange, weird filter feeder that makes it kind of resemble a rotifer. These little swimmy little critters have bristles that they use to filter feed. They're efficient, attaching their little suckerlump suction cup tail thing to the side of rocks underneath the water, sucking up nutrients and cells. They're one of the first multicellular life, and they even have strange artery-like veins. They're multicellular, and they might give rise to something cool. And this small little creature is called a swongolo. A swongolo might resemble a jellyfish, but it doesn't swim like a jellyfish at all. Instead, they walk on the bottom of the ocean floor using them 6 little spindly tentacles. They suck up small cells and decaying matter, kind of like the cleanup crew at the bottom of the ocean. They also might give rise to something special, and which completes the family tree of this first episode. I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to like and subscribe. And also, I just want to mention something. I am actually Jordan Gone on a whole nother account. My phone got broken, so I don't know when the next episodes are going to be out, so just stay tuned, I guess. Have an awesome day, and goodbye.